Hiya, it's me, Janaira, and welcome back to my channel. So today, as you may have read from the title, we will be testing out the Revolution Pro Full Coverage Camouflage Foundation and Concealer. And yeah, I have jumped into bandwagon. I am just so excited to try this foundation and concealer. It has been talked about many times, has been highly recommended by many YouTubers. Everyone is just talking about this brand, the Revolution Pro, and they have a full coverage foundation and concealer. I have been trying my best in controlling myself not to buy any more makeup, but I just did because everyone has been talking about it, everyone is raving about it, everyone is liking it, and everyone is just saying that it's really good. So I'm here to test it out and to see for myself. So I've got the Revolution Pro Full Coverage Camouflage Foundation. And in the Revolution Beauty website, it says that this is a full coverage creamy foundation with 18 true skin shades, which I think has the same shade range with the Revolution Fast Base Foundation Stick and the Conceal and Define Concealer, which is really good for a drugstore foundation. And it says in the description that it will give you a maximum coverage, which is waterproof, non-transferable, and long wearing. That's really big claim. And the website is saying basically the same with the full coverage camouflage concealer, which is ultra pigmented and full coverage, non-transferable, and long wearing. You'll be able to buy both of them at the Revolution Beauty website or at some Superdrug store. The Revolution Pro Full Coverage Camouflage Foundation is £7 and the concealer is £5. With the foundation, you will be getting 25 mils, which is a bit odd because most foundation usually have 30 mils in it. This has just got 25 mils, but £7, not bad. And then with the concealer, you'll get 8.5 mils, which I believe is more than what you will be getting with the Conceal and Define Concealer, so that's good. When it comes to their packaging, it is black and it's in a squeezy tube. I love this packaging. When it comes to traveling, they are really handy because they are lightweight. It doesn't weigh anything. And what I love about the packaging is you will be able to see the shade here and right here. But I'm not just really into this kind of packaging. I love foundation with like a pump or glass bottle, and with the concealer I just love using concealer with applicator, but I haven't tried a concealer with squeezy tube before, so we'll see. So let's begin with the testing. I know my face isn't looking very nice at the moment, and this is the worst it has ever been, so just excuse my face. I just hope that this foundation and concealer will help me conceal all these bad spots. So I have already prepped and primed my face with my regular moisturizer and primer just to give it a fair shot. So let's just start dealing with this face. So first of all, I will be using the Revolution Pro Full Coverage Camouflage Foundation in the shade F5. This is the shade that I have tested and used with the Revolution Fast Base Foundation Stick, so I will just be using the same shade. And then I will be using the Revolution Pro Full Coverage Camouflage Concealer in the shade C5 as well, which is the shade that I've tested and used with the Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. So as always, I will be using a sponge on one side of my face and a brush on the other side of my face. Let's just start testing this foundation. Squeeze it out in the back of my hand. I really don't know how much product I will be needing, but yeah, here how the consistency looks like. it is not very runny and it's not very thick as well. I will just be starting this side of my face using the brush. Don't know how much product I will be needing, but I think that would be enough for now. Still got loads in my hand, so let's just blend this out. I don't know if you can see it, but for me, it's definitely full coverage. Look at that! Can't see my red spots anymore. It's just those big spots. But hyperpigmentation in my face, my dark spots, it's all gone. All gone! This is amazing. I just don't really like how it looks. With the brush, it looks a bit streaky. But I don't know, I might just be a bit biased with a sponge because I really love applying my foundation with a sponge, but we'll see. We'll see. So let's just continue on the other side of the face. And this time I will be using the sponge. I will be using Real Technique sponge. It was definitely easier using a brush when it comes to application, but with the finish, I really love how this side looks like. It's more flawless in finish compared to this side, which is a bit streaky because of the brush bristles. But yeah, I will just be blending my whole face using the sponge just to give it a really nice flawless finish. So that was definitely a full coverage for me, and here how it looks like with just one layer of foundation and with no powder in it or anything else. I am really loving it. I know you can still see some of my spots because some of them are really big, but I really do think it just covered up most of my spots and really love it. I just love it. It doesn't feel very heavy in my face. It's not very lightweight. You still know that you've got foundation on, but it's not heavy in the filling. With the finish, it is not dewy, it is not matte. It's like satiny or just like a skin. It's just like my skin is looking very healthy. And I love it. I just love it. So now we are gonna use the Revolution Pro Full Coverage Camouflage Concealer in the shade C3. I will be using C3 under my eyes, which is lighter than my foundation shade because I just wanted to brighten up my under eyes, which as you can see, I've got big bags at the moment. And then I will be spot concealing some more of my spots using C5. And yep, this will be the first time that I'll be using a concealer in a squeezy tube. We'll see how it goes. So here how... Ooh, it's really hard. And oh, it's a really thick consistency. Very thick. I will just be applying it with a brush. This is really thick. I'll be using the pointy end of my sponge just to blend it out. Ooh. Really love it. It did conceal my dark under eyes, and the finish is just the same as the foundation. It is not very matte and it's not dewy at all. I am loving it. And now I'm gonna use the shade C5 just to spot conceal. Just gonna dab a little bit just to blend. So here how the foundation and concealer looks like with just the application without any powder or anything in it. I'm loving it. It's really full coverage. Just looks so flawless. It's not matte. It's not dewy, very dewy. So that's really good because I've got combination to oily skin. At the end of the day, my face will definitely be oily. So we'll see how it goes. I will now just finish my makeup, put some powder on, and we'll see how it will blend with powders and other makeup on. So here how the foundation looks like with my full makeup on. I still think that I am flawless. I just love how it looks like. You can definitely see some of my big stubborn spots peeking through, but that's how it usually happens with any concealer and foundation that I use, and it has been better with this one. It's really full coverage and I just love it. My skin just looks so healthy and it just looks so natural. It's not flat matte and it's not very dewy, like excessively dewy. It's just like in between and I'm loving it. I am not going anywhere today. I will just be staying at home. We were planning to go out for a walk if it will be sunny, but I don't think it will ever be sunny in here. But yeah, I will be checking in with you. It's already 11 o'clock in the morning and we'll see how this foundation and concealer goes at the end of the day. I will be wearing this as long as I could, but as of the moment, my first impression, I am really loving it. I just love it. I look so flawless and I love it. Here's my first check-in. It's now 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's been 11, 12, 3 hours. I know it hasn't been long enough, but yep, 3 hours. I've had baguette for lunch and then I've just been filming and I haven't done anything major that would affect my foundation. I think it's just I have brushed my teeth. Not really sure if it affected the foundation around my mouth, but we'll see. We'll see. So as of now, here how the foundation and concealer looks like after 3 hours. So overall, I am still loving it. I have no major issues about it. It does still look flawless in my face, but definitely a lot of creasing is happening. First of all, under my eyes, as you can see, it has already sinked into my lines under my eyes, which is usually what happens with any concealer that I use, but this one is just a little bit like major creasing after 3 hours. And on my laugh lines, as you can see, sinked into my laugh lines. What I am not really happy about is my forehead. Has also sinked into my forehead line. That doesn't normally happens with my other foundation, but I think it's just because the concealer was too thick. But yeah, and just around my nose has also creasing, sinked into around my nose. But all in all, I am still loving it because it still looks so flawless, and I am definitely still still loving this foundation and concealer. So yep, I will be checking in again soon. So this is now my second check-in and nothing major happened. I just stayed at home and now wearing my favorite pink comfy hoodie from Dubai, and I have been wearing my eyeglasses since the last time I checked in, so that would make a major difference on this area of my makeup. So let's just see. I'll just be removing my eyeglasses, and here how it looks like after 6 hours. Have I said it's been 6 hours? Yeah, it's now 5 o'clock and it's been 6 hours. So the foundation is still pretty intact. As I can see it from afar, this is still looking really good, and I can see that my forehead is now getting a little bit oily, which happens with me all the time. And this side, like my chin area, it's getting a little bit oily now. And a little bit of the foundation has come off my chin, but the forehead still a bit intact. But this side of my nose, don't know if you can see it, that is where my eyeglasses sits in, and this part right here is where the nose pad of my eyeglasses is, and it just rub off the foundation and the concealer, the same as on this side. And my laugh lines is getting really bad. This side of my face, like this part of my mouth and around this area of my nose, it just doesn't look right. I don't know, it just doesn't look very natural to me. It looks like it has foundation and it has become a bit cakey and powdery. I am not really sure why did that happen. From afar, it's still looking very nice. My spots are still the same, still pretty intact on the face area. Spots are still concealed, aside from this big one, stubborn big one right here, and the other. I've got so many spots. This one, but yeah. That's 6 hours, and I might be able to check in again later, so see you later. This is my third and final check-in. It's now 8:45 in the evening and it has been almost 10 hours since I've put this foundation on and concealer, or probably more than 10 hours because I think I've started doing my makeup or filming at about 10 in the morning. So yeah, let's just say 10 hours. And the only thing that I have done since the last time that I checked in was just lay down and watch some Netflix. And yeah, I've just cooked some dinner for us, and his face has been exposed to some pretty serious heat because of the cooking and everything. So that, I think, is why I am looking a little bit oily now. But here how the foundation and concealer looks like after 10 hours. So as you can see, I am now oily in this area of my face, in my nose, in my chin, and yep. So here how it looks like. The foundation in my nose is pretty much gone, and I think that is because of my eyeglasses. But in the chin, I don't know, but it's almost gone, and my chin is really shiny at the moment. and my forehead is really oily. But this is what normally happens with any foundation that I use. With my laugh line still pretty much the same the last time I checked in. With my under eyes, I think it's pretty much the same as well. No major changes, just the oiliness in my forehead, nose, and chin, and this area right here. And with regards to the concealer, I think it's still pretty intact. From afar, I think my face is still flawless, and my hyperpigmentation and blemishes, you still can't see them. So that's it. I will just gonna put you down and just let you know my final thoughts. My face still looks flawless. I'm really impressed. So for my final thoughts with the foundation, I really love the coverage. It is, as you can see, I still look so flawless, and my makeup is still pretty much intact. Like you can still see my contour, my blush is still there. With the finish, it is not matte, it is not very dewy. I think it's just more of a skin natural looking finish. And compared with the Revolution Fast Pace Foundation Stick, this foundation lasts longer in my face, and I just love the finish. The Fast Pace Foundation was a bit dewy and it did not last in my face because I've got combination to oily skin. So if you've got combination or oily skin, I would recommend you trying this foundation. It is a really good foundation. I really love it. I just love it. I will definitely continue using this foundation as my everyday foundation. And with regards to the concealer, I am not really so into that concealer in a squeezy tube. I didn't like that idea. I like a concealer with an applicator more than that squeezy tube. It was a little bit of a hassle for me, and I don't think I would want that when it comes to like my everyday makeup. And the consistency was so thick. I think it was the reason why my under eyes just creased a lot, and it looks a little bit cakey on this area of my lip and around my nose, because that's where I put the concealer. I'm not just a fan of a very thick concealer, but when it comes to coverage, it was really good. It was really good, and I would definitely recommend it when it comes to spot concealing, because look at that. Look how it just blurs out and concealed out all my blemishes, all my hyperpigmentations, and all my spots. And I just love it. So I think that's it. If you think that this video was helpful, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you like more testing videos like this, do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I do a lot of makeup testing videos in this channel. I have more Makeup Revolution or the Revolution Pro makeup to test, so just stick around and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you again in my next video. And I hope your day will be as flawless as your makeup today, and as flawless as this foundation.